Welcome back to the show, everyone. When we last left off, we had a heart-to-heart with Mio in the hot springs, and realizing that leaving Mio here would be a bad idea. God, I'm not even 15 seconds into it and I'm already blowing lines. Realizing that leaving Mio here would be a bad idea, I thought about what to do when Narumi came barging in.
Takahiro-kun, I heard you were in here. I managed to... Whoa, what's going on here?
It's not what you think! The great captain couldn't handle the heat. Could you take over here?
Sure, that's what happened. I believe you, you stud. Come on, I'll take her. I'll make sure she gets a good night's rest. But if you did do stuff to her while she was drunk, she's gonna kick your ass.
I shall refrain from provoking her wrath. The last thing I need is a hungover samurai trying to turn me into shish kebab. I motioned for Narumi to come over.
You should get some rest too, Takahiro-kun. Make sure you keep an eye on Chi-chan. She's a little restless right now.
Leave her to me. She's in good hands. And with those words, that I'm sure Narumi took totally innocently, I left Narumi to take care of the passed-out captain.
Good hands, yeah.
I quickly changed into the robes I had borrowed and made my way back to the main hall. As expected, I found Machiko curled up on the floor. Thankfully, it looked like she had made her way to Meiko and was cuddled up next to her. Oh, it's gonna be one of these pictures! The two girls looked adorable, and their cute mumblings only made it all the more enjoyable to watch. I considered waking them up so we could return to the mansion, but the sound of my name interrupted my train of thoughts. Walking out into the garden beyond the room, onto the wooden deck, I found the village elder sitting on the grass, looking up at the stars. That's a tease. Young man, are the stars here as beautiful in your world? I walked over to him and lay down flat against the grass, finally allowing myself a rest. I looked up at the night sky and smiled. You know, I never really got a good look at them. I'm always busy with this or that. I yawned loudly and felt my eyelids getting heavy as I wiggled around a bit in an effort to get comfortable. Perhaps you should. If you get back, that is. The previous elder once told me that all worlds shared the same sky. It sounded silly to me, but maybe there's something to it. I mean, it does look similar. Sparkly and black. Maybe he was right. The elder remained silent for a while. When he spoke again, I could barely make out what he said, sleepiness taking over. Before long, I drifted off to sleep beneath that starry sky.
How long do you think he's been out here? Must have been a while. His clothes are soaked with morning dew.
As I drifted back into consciousness, I heard Narumi and Mio talking nearby. Their voices sounded hushed, as though they were far away. I briefly considered jumping up and scaring them, but my body wasn't going to be able to let me.
Maybe you should poke him? Hikage, there's no need for that. Takahiro-san, wake up, you lazy slob!
I groaned as my eyes finally opened, the early rays of the rising sun making me raise a hand to conceal my eyes from the bright light. I was usually quite the morning person, but having fallen asleep under the starry sky, I wasn't exactly in familiar surroundings. Did the Valkyrie come to take me off to Valhalla?
He's talking gibberish. Do you intend to lie around all morning, or do you plan on being useful?
They're warrior angels who come down from the heavens to pick up the souls of fallen warriors who have fought heroic battles. Not that I plan on dying anytime soon.
You are no warrior. And neither is Narumi. Did you become an even bigger idiot overnight? This is exactly why I need to train you both. None of you are warriors yet, but with my help you will both become fine, noble warriors capable of handling anything.
I liked her more when she was drunk.
Hey, fuck you.
It will be an honor to learn from... I'm reading that sarcastically, like, it'll be an honor to learn from you, Sensei.
Yes, ma'am. Maybe Takahiro could teach both of us some of his moves. An excellent suggestion, Narumi. I believe he's a competent fighter, and learning more than simply how to use a weapon, but to fight without one too, would be a very convenient skill to have. However, work cannot begin like this. You need to get changed, eat, and wake up. Get to it.
But the grass is kind of soft here, and the view is pretty nice.
Yeah, but if we leave, these mountains will disappear.
That's a convincing argument, Narumi-chan, but I wonder, which mountain would be the most difficult to climb? Mount Mio or Mount Narumi?
Enough of this idiotic banter, you bumbling buffoon of a boy.
Mio-sensei, can I ask you something?
What is it?
We've been overwhelmed by the power of your Soon. Could you please bless us with your dare once in a while? You'd like that too, wouldn't you, Narumi-chan?
You might need to explain that. I don't really know what that means. Sorry, Takahiro-kun.
Yeah, it's hard to flirt when someone doesn't understand the idioms you're spewing, is it? Just forget about it. I'm just saying, she should be less of a meanie pants and show us a bit of love and affection. What happened to motivating your troops?
Meanie pants? Will you stop making such ridiculous comments? I ought to slap some respect into you.
Okay, Mio might be my new favorite.
Angry Mio.
I kinda missed the Mio I saw at the hot springs yesterday.
That was something completely unrelated. You don't know what you're talking about. Stop saying such embarrassing things. Jeez.
A personality disorder?
What? As if one was bad enough, you're saying we've got 2 Mios wandering around?
Just wait, Narumi-chan. Soon we'll have a whole army of Mios.
Stop it! Stop it! Shut up, both of you, right this instant! This is getting ridiculous!
The girl, who is now blushing brightly, turned her back to me and stormed off with a huff, her arms crossed indignantly.
Gotta castrate you both.
I guess I better get up before she decides to return and kick me into gear. Thanks for the wake-up call, Narumi-chan.
You mean cut you into gear? Or out of gear,
What?
as it were?
Terrible mind images. After apologizing to Mio for being a douche, explaining that it was merely just a joke, the girl had decided that she wanted to train each of us personally. We both waited for Mio to show up for the first part of the program, which was to take place in the town square. It reminded me of a training camp at the dojo, although I had a feeling that this was about to turn out to be more fun. As we waited, I noticed that preparations were being made for what looked like a festival. I asked Narumi about it, and she told me that it was an annual celebration, happening a few days from now. As we chatted, Mio turned up, sword in hand, and a faint smirk upon her face.
Perfect. Seems like you're ready. There's something every warrior needs, it's strength and discipline. With this in mind, let us start running laps around the village.
That doesn't sound like much fun.
Oh, not laps!
Is that all?
Yes, and those who slack off will be punished. Now run!
Without any warning, Mio drew her sword and pointed it at the two of us. Cringing, Narumi tugged at my arm, making it clear that our teacher wasn't joking.
Let's get down to it, shall we? Oh no, she's enjoying this far too much. We will defeat those spirits. Quit your yapping and get to running, unless you're eager to feel the edge of my sword. Oh, she's totally enjoying. Come on, Takahiro-kun, let's get going. She's not going to be reasoned with like this.
She's a freaking drill sergeant.
Keep running!
As I started to run alongside Narumi, I decided to finally take the exercise seriously. All things considered, I was surprised at the pace Narumi was running at. Even though I felt like I could brag a bit about my own physical strength, her stamina was clearly superior to mine. After several hours of running, I found myself on my back. My breathing was ragged and heavy, while Narumi was still standing upright, although visibly exhausted judging from her panting. Mio had also been keeping up with us, and while she was panting too, she still looked fit to fight and ready to go. Do you do this every day?
Not every day, no. Otherwise, we would get no patrolling done. But I can't fault you for your spirit. You both did well. That was harder than anything we've ever done before.
I wouldn't be surprised if Mio-san ends up the final boss someday. Your strength and stamina are clearly beyond human capabilities.
Clearly. Maybe she's some kind of spirit here to be mean to us on a superhuman level. Narumi, how would you like to run 10 more laps around the village? No, I'm sorry, Great Neo. Please forgive me, I was just kidding.
You think we'd be allowed to take a break if we pray to the almighty guardian spirit of this village? I eyed Mio as I attempted to hold back my smile, clapping my hands together in a prayer. Narumi giggled and followed my example. Oh, mighty Mio-sama, you who watch over this village, please bless us with a short break. And maybe a lot of money and a beautiful wife, and... okay, just a break is fine.
You two idiots want to break that badly? Fine. I have an idea. Elder Sama needs his bath cleaned. That ought to loosen you up for the next part of training.
You hear that, Narumi-chan? We get to play at the hot springs.
Yay!
Clapping my hands one final time, I took Narumi and Mio's hands by surprise and dragged the two girls toward the village elder's house.
What are you doing? Let go of me right this instant!
Mio-san, it won't do you any good to be serious like that all the time. Let's have some fun. The three of us quickly reached the hot springs and were soon preparing to begin our work. However, it didn't take long for the somewhat serious cleaning work to turn into a series of silly games as I started chasing Narumi around with a soap-soaked sponge, shouting in a nefarious tone. I like the alliteration. I'm the soap monster. Prepare to be washed, foolish warrior.
Ah, no, the evil soap spirit has appeared. Do not fear, citizens of Hot Spring Village. Yeah!
The girl grabbed her mop and thrust it forwards, brandishing it like Mio would have her katana.
I am the village's protector, Sundarino Mio. I will vanquish all who oppose me. Will you two stop messing around? We have work to do.
It's the dreadful Mio, nemesis of all spirits. Today is the day you shall fall.
Yeah, never. I will defend this place until my last breath. Ha!
Brandishing her mop in a candid...
God.
Brandishing her mop in a candid fashion. Candid fashion? She clearly didn't mean to do any real harm. Using my sponges, I batted it away with ease. Then today shall be your last day.
I told you to knock it off.
I laughed menacingly when a
knock you off.
playful push from Narumi caught me off guard. I staggered backwards, my foot slipping on a bar of soap. With a startled yelp of surprise, I felt myself topple over backwards, bumping into Mio. As I lost my balance completely, I let go of the sponge, sending it flying toward Narumi, who caught it on the face. I moved forward to apologize to the woman when from behind me, I heard a yelp and a loud splash.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to look, do I? As I slowly turned around, my fears seemed to have been confirmed. Pulling herself from the water was Mio, soaked from head to toe. The anger that radiated off of her made her look like the devil himself.
You too. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was Takahiro-kun's fault. He started it.
Traitor, you can't blame me for... My eyes caught sight of Mio's clothes, which I finally noticed had turned see-through.
I bet he did it so he could see you soaking wet like last night.
That wasn't part of the plan.
What plan? He's joking. It was just a joke. Seriously, Takahiro-kun and I were just playing around. It was an accident. Please forgive us.
Yeah, you should forgive us. We were just having a bit of fun. We didn't mean for it to turn out like this.
He's right. I told you both not to play around. I told you both to keep working. Hikage, I will deal with you later. Leave! Takahiro, you need to be punished now. What? That's not fair. It was an accident.
It was an honor to have fought alongside you, Narumi-chan. My will has not yet been written, but I leave all of my belongings to anyone who wants it.
I'm not leaving. If you're gonna punish him, punish me too. Besides, I bet you're only doing this because you want to spend more time with him. What? That's ridiculous. Whatever gave you that idea? I don't even like him. Besides, you're the one spending too much time with him.
Hold on, what are you talking about?
Ha, you admit it. You're jealous because I get to spend more time with him than you. Busted. That's complete nonsense. I just want to spar with him. Shut up, Narumi. Takahiro, prepare yourself. We're going to spar right now, without Narumi and her big butt interrupting us. Hey, now I know you're jealous. My figure is divine.
Spar? Right here? Right now? But you're soaked.
A warrior should not worry about such things. Battles can be fought in the lashing rain or beneath the burning sun, but they must be fought. She just wants to show off her goods.
I'm gonna regret this. I sighed deeply as I took on a combative stance, certain that something was going to end up going wrong. Soaked as she was, fighting against me, someone who uses grapples and throws, she was practically asking for trouble.
This is a perfect opportunity. Sometimes your greatest strength can become your own worst enemy. Get in here, Takahiro. We will spar like this knee-deep in water. This will be a fine test of your skills.
And we'll have that fine test of our skills in the next episode. Angry Mio is angry. Oh, and for anyone who wants to see the full frame, there.
Tittles.
Are you happy? Thanks for watching, guys.
That's gotta be a tiny bra.
We'll if she's even wearing
a
one.
bra.
We'll see you tomorrow for another episode.
Boobs. Boobs.